Hi, Paul Gorney from Luxury Living in Chicago. We're going to take a look at what is going on if you're moving to Chicago right now, whether the suburbs of Chicago or the city of Chicago. You're going to make a move. There's some important things to know about what's going on in the market depending on property type, and most importantly, how to get a house that has multiple offers and get it for a price possibly lower than others that don't get the house. So we're going to get into all that right now. I have a few questions from some clients and neighbors, friends that they've asked me recently. I'm going to address real quick that are pretty relevant to this and getting results for you in Chicago. So just call, text, email if you need any help at all. Always here for small questions, big questions. 30 years, thousands of people I've helped with this, so just call if you need anything at all. So looking at the market, Chicago and the suburbs of Chicago, two different markets, a little bit different vibe, little different group of realtors, the way they operate, the contracts, things like this. But most importantly, you want to know there were about 10 offers on a property. A client of mine just coming in town from the south came in, made an offer. There were around 10 offers. We got the property $100,000 less than the highest offer, and they went with us. So why? I'm going to get into detail how that happens, what to do, how this can help you significantly. And there was one kind of kind of a pro move, big time kind of secret. I've never seen anybody else do it before. That definitely pushed us over over the hump and got it for us. So the city of Chicago, if you're buying in the city right now, the market's hot. And, everywhere in the city except for high-rise condominiums are just on their way back. They're not really hot yet. Homes are very hot in almost all areas, all the suburban areas. The homes are flying off the market. So, it's important to know kind of the nuances of the market, how it works, what contracts are used, how the agents operate in multiple offer situations. One of the biggest things is when you're looking at a multiple offer, does your agent know the other agent? Have they done deals with them before? Or if not, is there an indirect connection? Does the listing agent know of your agent, that they are good, they've sold a lot of real estate, they're reliable, they have a good reputation? These things matter tremendously just to start. If you can't get past that, sometimes it's a little bit dicey. So you have that first. Secondly, when are the offers due? How many offers are there? Typically now they're saying best and final offer by, say, 5 o'clock on Sunday or 12 o'clock on Monday after the weekend showings. How is it working? If your buying agent doesn't communicate well with the listing agent, it's really going to be a great disservice to you. So there's certain key communication points and communicate the topics of the communication, understanding the seller, what's important to them, having that confidence kind of instilled in the listing agent and get that message through to the seller. So it's emotional, it's financial, it's emotional again, it's psychological, there's a lot of timing and other factors involved than just money sometimes. There's been past experiences of the sellers, things they've dealt with, things they've heard about, past experiences of the listing agent, how they've operated in the past, what they've seen work. And again, it comes a lot to the credibility of the agent. If you're coming in with some crazy lowball, well, you're going to be out no matter who your agent is. But otherwise, it really does help, get into the conversation, get more valuable information, get in a good, strong position. So also, your lender is critical. So if he's known to the listing agent and have done deals with them before, they have a great, great confidence. In this market, a lot of times mortgage contingencies are waived. So that won't really matter, but sometimes it does. So removing the mortgage contingency, if there is a mortgage contingency, getting rid of the appraisal contingency, waiving, this is very rarely done, but waiving the inspection contingency, buying it as is, putting up earnest money, all these things are big factors. So, in this particular situation with my client coming from the south, there's a lot of great communication between myself, the listing agent, she did know who I was. We had spoken before. She knew I was very credible, very experienced, and get things done. That helped. Found out some very personal things going on in the transaction that were good to know about, uncovered through communication. And then, the offer was, all cash, getting a mortgage still, which there's a difference between the city and suburban contract in that matter, where you can get a mortgage still, you can just check a box in the suburban contract. The city contract doesn't have that option in it. You kind of have to explain it a little bit more. So my clients were pre-approved. They were actually completely approved for the mortgage except for the appraisal. And we said, okay, we're making a cash offer, no mortgage contingency, but we're going to still get an appraisal, but we're good with whatever the appraisal is. Well, we got the appraisal to come back at the list price, so they didn't have to kick in any extra money, to get the loan. So the other offer that they had gotten, that they showed us, because we did put in an escalation clause where we would go, higher than the next best offer. And because of that, they had to show us the other offer. And so I studied it and looked at it. It was a very, very strong offer. And it was $100,000 more. But there's a couple key things that we did. One, I'm not even comfortable sharing because it really would be a competitive disadvantage to my clients. But, if you want to talk, give me a call. If you need help, happy to explain it to you. But there's something that we did that was, a really game changer move and really helped put us in a position where emotionally, psychologically, they were just more comfortable with us, even though the other offer was $100,000 higher. So big move there. That is an example in the suburban market. In the city market, similar things go on. I've experienced with another client recently where, the people just had a good connection with them. Personally, there were some commonalities. So we won the property with not quite as much a difference, but the other offer was a little bit higher. So it's a matter of kind of rolling up your sleeves, communicating, understanding things, having that credibility and experience, and doing the right things to help people out and make them feel comfortable. So extremely important. It gets down to some real nitty-gritty stuff. Otherwise, you could be on the sidelines, missing out on 2, 3, 5 properties, getting really frustrated. Ultimately, buying something for maybe more than you should. So, important stuff to understand. And the difference between the agents, the city, I've been down there for 30 years, in the suburbs 30 years. There's a difference in the way they handle things. There's some real nuances, preferences, the way they go about things, and you kind of have to go play the game the way it needs to be played in that certain situation. Otherwise, you could be an outsider and not getting what you want for your client. So important stuff to realize. Condos versus single family homes too. There's some real differences as far as how condos are looked at. If there is a mortgage contingency, whether you have like a closer look or a lighter look from an underwriting perspective. So things to understand. So just call, text, email, reach out if you need anything at all in regards to getting something done or any questions about moving to Chicago, the market, single families, condos, whatever you need. Just reach out anytime.